Rink Rats, what's happening? Welcome back. Andy Campbell, along with Sean Fitzgerald, Jimmy O'Malley, and the Bard. How are you all doing? We are here to talk about the first 7 games of the Blackhawks season, and brought to you by 500 Level. 500 Level t-shirts, folks. They're great stuff. Use code The Rink in all caps, The Rink 26 for 30% off of a shirt. And if you give us a hot take tonight, and that hot take hits in the Blackhawks game on Thursday night, because they don't have a game for a little while, you could win a free t-shirt. So do it. Jump on. Talk to us. Fellas, the Blackhawks in the words of Charlie Sheen right now are winning. Wow. 3-2. I was hoping someone would jump in there.
I didn't know which Charlie Sheen quote you were going with.
Yeah, right. Wow. Yeah, right. That's good. Good point.
There's a few.
Yeah, the depths of Charlie Sheen we could go into and what he says. Anyway, Blackhawks are great. 3-2-2. There's not a game that they have lost by more than 1 goal in those 2 regular time losses or the overtime losses as well. Obviously, those are 1-goal games. But guys, what's going on here? Is it working? Is the Kyle plan working? Bardo, talk to us. Is it working?
Yeah, I mean, look, they're appointment television now. I think in the last couple of years, it's been basically, okay, let's see how Bedard does, and then we don't have to watch the other 3 lines. Now it's like you've got young talent all over the place, and you also have a well-coached, exciting team that looks like it's starting to really adapt to this new style that Blashill is putting in. So yeah, I mean, they're a lot of fun to watch. So I mean, I don't know how long it's going to last. And quite frankly, I'm not expecting it to, but if they just keep developing, I mean, sky's the limit, as we know, but let's just keep developing.
Yeah, I like it. Now, how long do you think it'll last? I mean, pretty hot start here, Jimmy. Are you excited? And do you think this is something, I mean, people are going, finally, we're winning hockey games here. I'm sure some people are saying, hey, playoff bound. Where are we with this whole thing?
Well, I hate to pour cold water on it, but we're not playoff bound. But we're better bound. And that's what we all want. We're better bound. Right. But if you look at, the underlying statistics.
It's a great city, better bound.
Better bound. We're better bound.
We're better bound.
But look at the underlying statistics. They are playing kind of eons over their heads. Spencer Knight is keeping them in games that they really shouldn't be. So I do kind of expect at some point kind of like a return to reality. But this team is far better than they were the last 2 seasons by so much. It's genuinely enjoyable. I mean, every game other than the St. Louis Blues game has been within 1 goal. That's something we haven't seen in a very long time. So this team, you see a lot of development. They're winning games they should be winning. They're keeping up with really talented teams. This is a great step in the right direction that we've been expecting since basically Connor Bedard got drafted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's Sean. I mean, you turn on Blackhawks games right now, and you're going, all right, let's see a win tonight. I mean, you're literally thinking they've got as good of a chance to win as they ever have, and that's night in, night out. Talk to me about your excitement level, dude.
I'm very excited. I'm excited because they're doing the fundamental things right. I think Panger pointed out on the broadcast the other night, when they were around their own goal, they were boxing out defensemen. And he said he hadn't seen that since he'd been here. So they're doing the fundamentals right. And I think Jeff Blashill hammering the fundamentals is something that this team needed. Also, Frank Nazar might be the most exciting guy on this team in terms of his play on the ice, but also I've been hearing all week about his personality. They said Charlie Romeliotis and Pat Boyle said the other day he came off the ice and he was singing. He was just singing a song. And they hadn't heard
dude.
that.
Yeah, happy guy.
And apparently he's always joking around and ribbing people, and Bedard feeds off that. They're roommates on the road. Mm-hmm. They've seen more of that. And the fact that Jimmy pointed it out, I think last pod, after he got dogpiled in the 8-3 win over the Blues, he still got up and sellied after his goal. Yeah, I thought that was just it's just fun to be around. And I think that's the vibe. And then I know I'm talking a little bit here, but their interview their interview with the TNT crew, and they both were in the shot. And clearly Nazar was out front because Nazar is kind of the vocal personality, the vocal leader of this team. And I also like how they gave credit to Connor Bedard changing his game, which I think is a big reason why they're playing well. Some of this roll out some stats here. He was like 189th in winning stick battles last year, and he's 9th now. Like you could tell with his skating, you could tell with his board battles and his stick. Like he's taking his game to another level.
He won that critical faceoff at the end of the game the other night, set up Mikheyev for that empty netter. That's a faceoff he doesn't win last year or the year before.
Nope.
And then you look at Spencer Knight and you look at Frank Nazar, and you wonder why people were wondering why Kyle Davidson paid these guys. Here's why, folks.
Yeah.
He knew what he had. He knew they were ready, and they're proving it right now.
And I know go ahead. Bart, I was just going to say on Spencer Knight here, Ben Pope from the Chicago Sun-Times did a great article on how Jeff Blashill's system is catered to Spencer Knight's strengths. So, like the defensive system they're playing in front of him, and Spencer Knight has said on record he has no idea what they're doing in front of him. He's just reacting. And that's Blashill just wants it that way.
Right.
So everything they're doing on defense.
The system is actually designed to like cut down the shots on goal, which is working well. It's what they need to fix is the rebounds because they're getting beat a little bit on that one. But
the system will give up more high danger chances.
Yeah.
But according to the numbers in Pope's article, Knight is actually better against high danger chances. It was worse against low danger shots. So sorry, I've just been ranting here.
No, to the point of Nazar, last year, if you guys remember, I had a hot take in the podcast where we talked. It was right after Nazar got called up, and I had said that I think he's the future captain, and I still believe that he's got that personality. And I know I'm not eligible for a T-shirt from our friends at 500 level, but
sure you
I'm sticking. No, I'm not. I'm sticking to that. So,
you were saying he will be a captain or the captain?
The captain.
Wow.
The captain.
All right.
I think he's going to be. I really do.
I'm still going Bedard. I give Nazar an A, but I still think Bedard's going to get it. But if it's Nazar, I'm happy with that. Yeah. Jimmy, talk to us about the Blackhawks right now. I guess some would think it's a little unconventional, and so many people were wondering why at the time. Rolling out 11 forwards and 7 defensemen. The defensemen that they've been rolling out, the 7 every game: Alex Vlasic, Sam Rinzel, Matt Grzelcyk, Artem Levshunov, Wyatt Kaiser, Connor Murphy, and Louis Crevier.
Not to be called Creever.
Not to be called Creever. And then they're rolling with 11 forwards, so essentially 3 full lines and 2 extra guys. Jimmy, why? Why is this working? And are we going to keep seeing this for a little while?
It's working because you have so many young defensemen that need to see the ice, but you also need to make sure they're not overexposed with too much ice time. Yeah. Like, case in point to me is Artem Levshunov. Levshunov statistically has been extremely effective in his ice time. You look at the impact cards. I'm a big fan of the impact cards on Twitter. Other than this previous game, he's usually at the top. And he's usually just super impactful, and he's only playing like 13, 14 minutes a night. And that is by design. We all talked probably before the season about like, hey, who's going to make the roster? Who's going to be the guy in the press box? And Blashill's saying, I'm putting no defenseman in the press box. No young player is missing any ice time. And I'm also not benching any of my vet defensemen. So that's why it's working. You got Sam Rinzel, who's leading the NHL rookies in ice time, I believe. It's either him or Shaver.
Yeah, and but even he's had games where he's only done like 14 minutes.
Yeah,
in favor of whoever's hot.
Yep.
And it's one of those situations too. You go back to the forward group. You go like, there's even with Bedard and Nazar, you have a ton of veterans that like you can rotate them in and ask a little bit more of them. You can ask a little bit more of Mikheyev. You can ask them a double shift on the 3rd and 4th line. You can ask that Donato or Bertuzzi or even Nazar and Bedard, and we've seen it as well. So. It's just playing to the team's strengths. You got a good veteran group, a good strong forward group, and you got a lot of young defensemen that need to see the ice and need to not be overexposed. And it's working. I'm a big fan of the 11-7 as is.
You got to keep going.
You got to, you got to dance with who brought you here. And right now we're over 500 team because of it.
Yeah. I also think, I mean, think about what it does for, kind of those bottom forwards, like bottom six forwards. I mean, we've talked about Lucas Reichel. We haven't been particularly nice. He's playing very well right now. And hey, hats off to him. He's doing great. And a positive for him, though, if he's lower on the depth chart, but you don't have assigned fourth line mates with him, he has been on the ice with Bedard every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
He has been on the ice with different people. They're setting up a lot of those bottom guys for success by doing that. Because, I mean, you have seen Bedard on the ice with Reichel, and you've seen him out there with Ryan Green. You've seen Green take a faceoff and Bedard play the wing. But so you're able to mix and match your combinations during a game.
And Blashill likes to keep two guys together. So like Bedard and Burakovsky are the two that are usually together. It's usually Nazar and Tavo. And then it's like everybody else is just kind of cycling through the lines.
Yeah.
But those two guys are always like staple to each other. So yeah.
He also have two centers out there at a time. He'll make sure of that sometimes to win draws. So, Chicago fans, you wanted a real coach. You got one.
And I don't know if you guys have read the piece by Scott Powers in The Athletic where he talked about Louis Crevier, Shawnee's boy.
Yeah.
It's interesting how they're using him situationally. Like he's taking all these defensive zone draws, just not even doing anything in the offensive zone from a faceoff perspective, but from a defensive zone perspective, he's been very, very effective. And that's like when they use him. So he's become this really good situational. It's almost like he's handling the D like a bullpen. So it's like he's like using, Crevier in certain situations. And then, what he'll do is he'll swap him out with Murphy or whatever it is. So it's really interesting. And like you said, it's like nice to have a real coach.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. I mean, it's been working. So let's go around here real quick. I mean, when you're tuning on the Blackhawks game right now, Shawnee, who are you most excited to watch and why?
Ilya Mikheyev.
Woo!
He is awesome. Like
ever since he got called out.
He got called out by the Bard, and he's been playing really well.
Hi, Jimmy.
Jimmy called him out. I'm sorry. Bardo called out Tyler Bertuzzi.
Donato. I called out Donato, and he scored a goal that night.
There you go.
He heard me.
Ilya Mikheyev is great on the PK. He can play anywhere up and down the lineup. He's finally starting to score, and he scored 20 goals last year. I honestly think like you have to re-sign this guy.
He survives the rebuild.
Yeah. Yes, okay. I think so. I think he's essential.
He might be the
rebuild
one.
Right.
Yeah.
And whenever I see him on the ice, he's always like involved. And when the third line is all together, like Dickinson, Mikheyev, and Donato, that line is humming. That's like they're always making plays and always putting pressure on the defense. So I'm saying Ilya Mikheyev.
Yeah, I like him. What about you, Bardo?
I think the guy that I really like to watch is Levshina because I'm just waiting for it to click with him. Like you can see how he's got all world talent, but then at the same time, he does a lot of things that are just, make you scratch your head. Yeah. But it's like at a certain time, I think he just has the potential to become such a dominant defenseman. It's just a matter of when is that going to happen? Yeah. And I'm waiting for it to happen. Obviously being patient. I know the kid's still a kid. So, I think he's the guy that I watch because, just curious to watch him evolve.
I like it. That's a good one. Jimmy, what about you?
We mentioned him earlier, but my God, Spencer Knight. Like this kid's a Vezina finalist.
Yeah,
like,
he's a
real
number one goalie. Yeah.
Expected goals saved above. Goals saved above expected. He's insane. Like I don't like seeing him on the TV screen because that means we're in the defensive zone. But like, I haven't felt this kind of confidence in a goaltender since Corey Crawford. I mean, he is an absolute dog out there. Like he's everything we were hoping for in a very young goalie. And I always appreciate, I think it was after this Ducks overtime win. He gets on the post-game interview and after his first game with the Blackhawks after he got traded, he basically said, I freaking love it here. I love being a Blackhawk. I love being part of this team. Is like, you need that from your goaltender. Like we were talking about is this a 1A, 1B situation for when when this team gets into competitiveness? No, Spencer Knight, I'm giving you the keys to the kingdom right now. And he's
and Kyle Davidson did. He paid him.
Oh yeah.
And
we're gonna put this money up front, and you're our guy. And Spencer said, "Yeah."
And sorry, I've had a lot of thoughts this week. Jeff
That's
Merrick
right.
did an interview with Mark Lazarus, and Merrick was saying that he ran into Bill Zito like early in the year, and they said, he goes, Spencer Knight is going to make the Hawks so much better. He goes, if it should be a blowout loss, Spencer Knight is going to make the game close. If it should be a close game, Spencer Knight is going to steal it for you. He makes the Blackhawks so much better. And now we're seeing all that realized. And it's just, it's awesome coming from Bill Zito, the Florida Panthers general manager, who knew he had to trade him. And now everybody on social media and everything is calling it like the win-win trade of recent years.
Everybody won that trade. Everybody won that trade. No,
And we still have
Now you
first
just need
round
the
pick.
defense.
That's
Now
for
you
sure.
just need the defense to just mature and once they hit, it's just like because they have all the talent in the world.
Then we go.
And there you go. Yeah.
I mean, I think as far as on ice people in the organization right now, Spencer Knight is the MVP of this team thus far.
Yeah.
The MVP
Absolutely.
of this team in my mind right now is Kyle Davidson. I'm sorry. He's just awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And say what you want about him, but his moves have been, I mean, look at Frank Nazar. That trading of Kirby Docs, who you draft Frank Nazar, all of the young defensemen, everything. I mean, yeah, they're going to have hiccups. They're going to have bumps in the road. They probably won't make the playoffs, but you go into every game thinking that this is going to be a different kind of game. This team is ready to play instead of saying, oh, don't worry, it's going to come at some point. It's going to come at some point. It's starting to begin.
Also think about like when these kids were drafted, like Rinzel, if I remember correctly, was like a project who was out of high school.
Yeah, he was a Minnesota high school hockey player when he was drafted and was going to be a freshman at University of Minnesota.
And he was going back to Waterloo to play with the Blackhawks before he was like 17, but his 18th birthday fell within the.
He was 6'2", and he was about like $165 soaking wet.
Yeah, and he was only he was the fastest high school skater or whatever. That was like this big thing.
And Kyle had a plan for him in terms of his development, and look at what he is now. He's a bona fide number one defenseman.
Yeah, he's awesome.
So,
I mean, I think in terms of my pick for who I'm most excited to watch, it's still Connor Bedard. I mean, it still is. I mean, Frank Nazar, but Connor Bedard is a different hockey player. He plays a full 200-foot game now. There are no big rink turns anymore. He stops and starts. He's taking his face-off seriously. He's not taking anything from anybody. He's nasty. He's got an attitude out there. I mean, he is really having a come-of-age start to the season, and it's only going to get better. He might, like Nazar might outscore him this year. I think that's possible. I mean, they're level right now with points, but I still think Bedard is still that engine.
Yep.
He's still that engine.
Well,
and the other night when they won, how many shots on goal did he have? 8?
He had 9.
9 times.
9 times. And some of those shots, though, like you watch the replays, like the Ducks goalie was fighting it off with like the top of his stick.
Idea.
Like he had no idea where it was going. And that's because like the experts have been saying like because he shortened his stick, like he's able to get Charlie Romeliotis was talking about how his top hand, he's never seen his top hand so high on a shot attempt. Like he said, Austin Matthews, his hand is never that high.
Yeah.
It's astounding what they've been able to do in one off season to further their development.
Yeah, no, it's pretty impressive what's going on right now.
And how these kids are developing in wherever the hell they are around the world between, Frondell and Vaneker and Strassel and all these guys and how they're developing. It's like they're all leading their respective leagues in something. It's crazy.
So we're gonna get to the prospects in a minute. We're gonna lead with Jimmy and Ken Kallenbach had a question. Kallenbach, I believe that's your name, Ken. Anyway, you're a great guy. You had a question that you posted on Twitter with regards to the prospects. But first, just a 30-second spot from our sponsor, 500 level, and then we're gonna get into the prospects. So. See you in a few.
And graphic t-shirts immortalize the legends of the game. Our officially licensed designs invoke memories of the most iconic athletes. MLB, NBA, NHL, and NFL players, WNBA, and NWSL, plus WWE and UFC. Sign up today and get 10% off your first purchase. Plus, free shipping on orders over $100. 500 level. Live like a legend.
Yeah. So we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for joining us. 500level.com, 30% off the rink, all caps 26. Let's talk prospects right now. Jimmy, in Rockford, lot of action. Really, really good team. Most of the accolades you're hearing about are Oliver Moore and Nick Lardis. Tell us more.
Well, we talked about prospects leading everything and everywhere in every league they're in. Well, Nick Lardis leads the AHL in points. He had an absolute breakout Sunday against the Wolves in the Ice Hawks' first loss of the season. They are 4-1-0. He had, I think it was, if I remember correctly, it was like 3 assists and a goal, all in the second period. It was an absolute avalanche by Nick Lardis and Nick Lardis alone. In 5 games, he's got 2 goals, 6 assists. That's first in the league. Brett Seeney's tied for second with 7, and then Oliver Moore tied third with 6 points, and Oliver Moore tied for second in goals in the AHL with 4 goals. I mean, let me tell you, Oliver Moore, holy crap, can this kid skate and shoot? Like, this kid, sometimes I look at him like he looks like he has a better release than Bedard. Like, his overtime goal, I believe it was on Friday night. Like, he was beaming up down the side of the ice, and with all that space because of 3-on-3, and he just rocketed it, man. The kid can skate. The kid can.
Well, yeah, he's got NHL speed playing in the AHL right now.
He really does. I was one of the people that was like, really, he's not starting in the NHL. I really thought he earned a spot.
Yeah.
But given that, I'm really glad to see how him and Lardis they're basically on the line, just him, Lardis, and Seeney, and they're flying. Getting to talk to Seeney after the season opener last week, he talks about these kids just have so much room to grow, but they're so fun to play with because they're getting it.
It must be blast for Seeney to play with.
Yeah, Seeney, he's the vet, he's the captain of the team, and he's first game in, we got chemistry, we can read what we need to do, and that's something rare for 19 and 20-year-olds to get in a professional level. First game in, you got the first game jitters, especially Lardis. Nope, no jitters. They go out there and they just absolutely fly. They know where to go. There's a little bit of puck watching away from the puck, but that's pretty normal for young teams. But again, Rockford's 4-1-0. They lost their first game of the season on Sunday because they played 3 games in 3 days. They were burnt out, tired.
Yeah.
So,
one thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say. So I'll say we as a group, I would say here at the Rinkcast, were pretty worried. I don't want to say worried, but a little apprehensive with Nick Lardis. A little bit leading the OHL in scoring, but he's older than his competition. He's facing 16-year-olds. He's beating up on young kids. So
then you see that shot.
Yeah, and to that point, it definitely was a wait and see. And he didn't have the best training camp by his standards. He probably expected more out of himself, and that's not a knock on him. But to that point, and I want to go to Sean and Bart on this. He was Ken Kallenbach, who follows us, and Ken, thanks so much for your comment earlier today. He wrote, "I'm interested in the panel's take, not only on the Blackhawks, how they bounced back and had a better third period the other night, but if Lardis is better than we thought after we were kind of tempering expectations all last year, and we were kind of treading lightly with cautious optimism, but a 71-goal season in the OHL last year. Sean, is it one of those were we wrong about him, or is it one of those we were kind of in wait-and-see mode, and how are you feeling about it now?"
So I think we were in wait-and-see mode. I think the 71 goals, like we'd said, there was 16-year-olds, and could his scoring translate to the next level? Well, it looks like it can translate to the AHL. I don't know if you guys have seen, Scott Powers has talked about it before, and I've said it before. He's got an elite shot, and when you see it, he just rips it.
Yeah,
and that shot is elite. That's his elite talent. But also, he did an interview today, I think, post-practice or something. I saw it on social media. He's really trying to concentrate on the entire game, being responsible in his defensive end, because he knows if he's going to get opportunities at this level, he's got to be a responsible defender. And I think that's really wise for somebody as his age to understand just the entirety of what he needs to do.
Yeah.
I think he could be more than what we thought he was.
He could be. He
Still in
could
wait
be.
and see mode, but he looks good right now.
Yeah, he looks damn good.
You can be excited about him right now. I am.
Absolutely, but I mean, I don't think a call up for him is imminent. I don't think that's. No. I don't think that if someone like Colton Dock does eventually go down and see time in the AHL, we can talk about Dock in a minute. But Bardo, I mean, we talked about last year how there have been 19-year-olds that have been 60-plus goal scorers in the OHL and just haven't panned out in the NHL. And I think that's why we kind of had a lot of guarded. It wasn't like a 16, 17-year-old getting 50-plus goals in the OHL. And those guys usually are first-round picks.
Yeah,
I'm still using his 4th season in the OHL when he was pumping out 7 goals.
And I'm still in wait-and-see mode. I think this is a nice start from him. He's going to need time down there. Just continue to stay consistent, work on his game. I think one thing that I noticed that I think has impressed me a little bit more. He's a better passer than I thought, and maybe he's worked on that in the offseason. But to me, I think seeing him as a setup guy is a nice change as well. In addition to add that to his arsenal, along with that elite shot. So
I mean, right now, more assists than goals, and if that continues, then you're not just dealing with just a pure sniper, but a good hockey player.
Yes, and so I think to me it's still wait and see. I just want to be able to look if he has to be down there the entire. He's probably not going to, but if he has to stay down there half the season or 2/3 of the season or longer than Oliver Moore, then I'm fine with that. But let's.
Ardo, you think he's going to come up this year?
I bet he comes up at some point.
I think
he might get 2 to 5 games, but I bet he comes up at some point.
I think he comes up, especially if there's if there's trades, then absolutely.
Maybe. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Dickinson will be back, and then he'll be hurt again.
Yeah.
I think it's more spot to take right now.
Yeah.
Over Lardis, and it also depends on, if they decide to do anything with Reichel, there will be other injuries, and like we said, if Colton Dock needs a little marinating. To that end, Colton Dock, you've always been a Colton Dock guy, Jimmy. Really hot start, still not finding the net yet. I mean, he still has a lot of grit to his game. It seems like, he's been moved off that first line. His minutes are going down a little bit. Thoughts on that? Is this just kind of like an awakening, being like, it's really hard, his style of game at his age, night in and night out, to be an impactful NHL player? Will some time in Rockford do him some good? Do you see that happening?
I could see it, especially if Moore really gets off to a hot start. I still think Moore needs like the Frank Nazar treatment, like he'd get at least 20 games before we start calling you up. He's going
to the holidays, I bet.
Yeah. I would put money on it. But Colton Dock, I mean, he's one of the league leaders in hits. We know his game. Thanks. He's one of the league leaders in hits. He plays a physical game. He's in your face. He's one of the young running gun guys that every team needs. But I think he and everyone else is realizing, okay, this is not a top 6 player. He's bottom 6. He's a physical presence. I think what the Blackhawks are waiting for, they're saying, okay, like we'll give you first line minutes to see what you are. But we have so many prospects that are going what we absolutely think are to be top 6, well above you, but they're not here yet. I'm talking guys like Moore, Kanserov, Frondell. Those guys are obviously like top 6. I think Doc is just, they're asking too much in terms of just where he's playing, and that's why you're seeing a little bit of minutes cut.
Sure.
I'm not overly concerned. I think if you send him down to Rockford, it wouldn't hurt. Get him more top 6 minutes, but I don't think it's completely necessary because I still think he's effective, even if he's not scoring.
Yep. I mean, the Blackhawks, as we go down the road here, the Hawks are going to have some really tough decisions with a lot of these prospects. They're going to have tough decisions with Nolan Allen. They're going to need to make a tough decision possibly with Kevin Korchinski. They might have a tough decision with Ethan Del Mastro. On the forward side, I mean, Frondell could be here this spring. Kanserov could be here this spring. Those are real possibilities, and those guys could be impact players right away.
I have a question on Kanserov. Would he go to the AHL, or is he Because I know, didn't other Russian players before like say they wouldn't go play in the AHL if they came over?
It's pretty common for Russian players to avoid the AHL, but he is old enough that he can go straight into the AHL.
Sure.
It just depends on the plans. I think with Kanserov, the smart play would almost treat him like Frank Nazar and Oliver Moore. If he comes over this year, get him some NHL time, get him 5-6 games, start this season after in the AHL, see where he can build up.
Yeah, and you want him to do well, but his team not to do well over in Russia. So he gets over.
They gave him the A, so I mean, the kid must be a leader over there because he's 20 years old, and they gave him a letter in a Russian league. I mean,
yeah,
that's
and then
special.
right, yeah, and then
If you screw up, you go to a gulag. So
yeah, and then Frondell is just absolutely ripping it up over in Sweden, which is awesome. But I mean, when you think about it, I mean, like Nick Foligno, this might be Nick Foligno's last hockey season in the NHL. He's an unrestricted free agent. By the way, Nick, best to you and your family.
Yeah, glad your daughter's doing well.
It sounds like she's home. Hopefully she's doing well. But Nick Foligno, you have been a class act throughout your entire career, and best to you and your family as you go through a difficult time. But I mean, Jason Dickinson, I don't know if you resign Jason Dickinson after this year. I don't know if you can with his injury history.
No.
Sam Lafferty doesn't dress, so he'll be gone.
Yep.
Joey
Anderson has been waived. I'm just looking at their.
We assume Reichel will be
in the AHL.
Yeah. Reichel might be gone or, traded. Reichel, I don't know what I don't know. It's anyone's Lucas Reichel. It's anyone's guess. Who knows what's going to happen with him.
The enigma.
But then again, I mean, if any of these guys are going to come up too, I mean, it might be injuries or it might be, but I don't know. Does that even mean, Ryan Green's had a great start?
Yep.
I also don't think he's immune from Rockford necessarily. No. He could go down and they can ask him to try to score. I mean, his role right now is a great one and that will be his role, but it's not to say he doesn't have to, go to the AHL for a little while. But
what do you do with Slaggert, my guy?
Oof.
Like
it's another one. Yeah, that's another decision. I mean, he was great the other night.
Oh yeah, he can fly.
That's an interesting thing that you said, Andy, about Ryan Green and sending him down and to the AHL to see if he could score. I mean, to me, I almost think it would make more sense to try to put him in a middle six, like a third, fourth line role. If that's the role that they're grooming him to play, he should play that in the AHL. Yeah. Like, I don't want him playing like a top six player because that's just not his game.
No, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think if he can be an effective third line center one day, I'd have no problems with him pumping in 15 goals.
Of course.
Or north of that. So, but no, I agree. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's been great. Will he be out there the whole season? I don't know.
And I think one thing we're overlooking it, like as we're listing off guys, not all these guys are going to work out. Unfortunately, it's just the nature of the game.
And that's why we're going to be bummed out when some of them don't.
Yeah, that's why Davidson acquired so many of these guys because he knows the law of averages. Not all the guys are going to work out. So
yeah, and I mean, I think you need to expect too that some guys might get traded and they might prosper somewhere else, and you almost need to be okay with that.
Well, the hope is you could package some of these guys and get somebody like, look, if Alex Tuck is not re-signing in Buffalo, I would call up and flip them a couple.
Yeah. Let's talk Buffalo for a minute here. Let's talk dream scenario. Tage Thompson, there are rumblings that if Buffalo's gonna hit a reset button, Kyle, please be in on that one. I mean, I feel like the Hawks have a lot to offer Buffalo if they
prospects and draft capital. They have so much.
Jimmy, would you even throw, considering that the Blackhawks might not have a top 5 pick if they're competitive enough this year, even without playoffs? I mean, they could, that their first round pick could be like 7, 8, 9, something like that. Would you even entertain, or would any of you even entertain the idea of both first round picks that the Blackhawks have this year? The Florida pick that they got in the Seth Jones, Spencer Knight trade, as well as their own pick. Would you dangle both of those if Tage Thompson was in the conversation?
Yes.
Or is
Like
that
today? Like
Today.
Today? No. Draft day 2026? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm making that. Like, because I do think this team, I don't think the Blackhawks are going to obviously make the playoffs, but I think they're outside of the top 3 of the draft, maybe even top 5, because there's some teams that have really surprised me with how bad they are this year. I really think they're going to fall below the Blackhawks in standings. So, I mean, even at the draft, Tage Thompson will have another 3 years on his contract.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 years at 7.1-ish million.
Which is
awesome. I said in the chat, in terms of value and in terms of the player he is, I think that's the best value contract in the league.
Yeah.
Like this guy's a point per game guy getting paid less than $100,000 a point.
Yeah.
And playing with crap with them.
Yeah, I mean
they suck in Buffalo.
Yeah, especially their forward depth. They're either too young to know if they're good or just like meh.
Poor Buffalo.
Or Alex Tuck.
That city deserves a better hockey team. They really
I can't figure it out.
It's such a good hockey city. Anyway, continue, Jimmy.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not making that offer now. I would like
that's smart. Yeah.
I would hate to be like, oh, like we make the trade and shit,
you don't want to rock the boat right now. 7 games in. 7 games in.
7 games in, obviously.
We have no idea what the rest of the season is going to look like.
But yeah, 100%. If you told me on draft day, like we're picking like 6 or 7, and don't worry, we're appealing to the younger audience.
That's the idea.
But yeah, like we're picking the back half of the top 10, and then you throw in the Florida pick, which will probably be in the early 20s for Tage Thompson. I'm offering that right away. I'll even offer like another second and third round pick as sweetener. Like, here you go. Like,
you only have 2 first-round picks the year after. I'd offer the second first rounder,
or even I mean, throw in a prospect. I don't know. Throw in Nolan Allen if it means or something like that. If
Nolan Allen,
anybody.
I don't know.
I think the Blackhawks are contractually obligated to have 2 first rounders the rest of the decade. So
it sounds like it, which doesn't bother me. No. I mean, how many times has a prospect name showed up and you'd be like, oh yeah, him too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I forgot Van Acker was like a thing. Like
Lewinsky is bad. He was finding his footing.
Lewinsky out for the year. That stinks.
Yeah.
Paul Lewinsky, Blackhawks prospect, out for the year, which is too bad.
Knee injury,
which stinks. So I mean, they just have an arsenal of prospects. I mean, I think it was The Athletic that rated them the second-ranked farm system right now. Which and if you're a San Jose Sharks fan right now, like it'll get better. It will. We were there.
You got to draft better.
We were there. You got to draft better. But this is exactly what Blackhawks fans were going through last year.
Yeah.
When it was, Bedard and maybe he's not the guy and people are dumping all over Celebrini. And if Ray were here right now, he would say what he always says when a guy's going through a tough time when the league has figured out some of his habits. They got a book on him now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that people are learning how to play against a guy they didn't know a whole lot about. And the Sharks, it'll get better.
Yep.
Their coach had quite the soundbite. My goodness.
Oh yeah, he had to apologize to his wife and kids.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
We said some things here, but that's hardcore. Yeah. Sorry, what'd you do? Just don't go on Twitter.
Don't go on the internet for like a month.
I'm unplugging the router for the rest of the week. But yeah, I mean, I was watching this Sharks game. Actually, it's kind of funny you brought this up. I was watching the Sharks right before the show. They gave up 3 goals in the first period. Askarov has given up 4 goals on 19 shots. I mean, but I don't know if Askarov is bad or is his defense just that horrible. Like Nick Leddy, like Sam Dickinson is clearly not ready. Dmitry Orlov, Mario Ferraro, like who are these guys, man? This is rough.
Mario Ferraro, actually from UMass, he actually had a very good rookie season. There were teams that were calling to try to trade him, and they just never traded him. And now it's like his stock has kind of plummeted. So I don't know. It's now 4-2 Islanders, late second period. So it's interesting.
And this is Askarov's
if they lose, that's 17 in a row.
This is Askarov's second organization because he was drafted by Nashville.
Correctly. Yeah. It's crazy too. I had to look it up because who was it? Someone tweeted out that the Sharks, dating back to last year, on a 16-game winless streak.
Yes.
Do you know how many? Do you know how many of those 16 games they've given up 5 or more goals?
I'm going to go with 12.
You know how many games in their 16-game winless streak the Sharks have given up 5 or more goals?
How many?
8.
Oh.
Half the time they're giving up 5 goals. You can't win like that.
Do they have Arvid Soderblom from 3 years ago playing in net? That's what
you got Askarov or Nedeljkovic. I mean, that's a winning formula right now. Yeah. But I mean, we said this, I think, around the draft. The Sharks desperately needed to win the lottery and get a guy like Schaefer. Schaefer, by the way, has 2 points tonight and a goal.
He is
really good. Making a real case.
Now you know that. I mean, I remember we were all kind of dumbfounded, being like, "He's been hurt all year. How is he number 1 overall?"
Yeah,
so good.
We were wrong on that one.
Yeah,
we'll take the L.
But hey, I got to tell you, Misa got his first career point. He got an assist.
He's really good. The rest of that Islanders defense is awful. They're going to stink this year, but he is really, really good. He's a future Norris Trophy winner. He's so good.
I don't know. It really is just him and Pelech just kind of carrying the rest of that, and Mayfield to an extent. But I
remember we thought, Jimmy, we were talking, man, if the Hawks get that number 2 pick, do you do Misa Frondell? We'll never know. But
here's the thing, though. I think the Sharks mismanaged Misa.
I think he should have gone to play NCAA hockey this year.
I agree. I think there were rumors of him wanting to go to Boston. Like, if the Blackhawks had gotten a 2nd overall pick, I really hope Kyle Davidson went, hey, you're going to Boston. Like, you're going to spend a year in college. You're going to be there with Sasha Boyver. Like, you're going to go.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, Misa should not be getting scratched. If you have him and the Sharks have scratched.
That's just so stupid.
It's really, if you're going,
Shane Wright plan.
It's just so detrimental to his development. And if you didn't think he was ready, send him to the NCAA.
Yeah. Will Smith was awful too, by the way.
Yeah, the shine is coming off the Sharks rebuild right now. But hey, we've been there.
I mean, they'll be okay. I mean, those guys are still probably going to be pretty good, but it's like, I don't know.
I think for them, it's just they really need a better defensive prospect pool. I like Dickinson, despite his really awful mistake that basically got him benched today. He's only played 7 minutes so far, but he made a really bad turnover that basically handed the Islanders a goal. But again, they've been scratching Dickinson too this year. It's like, listen, I get if he's not ready, but you also you can't become ready by sitting in the press box. You actually have to play.
That doesn't do you any good.
Yeah. Not for extended stretches, no.
It's just, again, it's like the Sharks, they just need more defensive firepower. Like, if the draft is tomorrow, maybe a hot take. The draft's tomorrow. Sharks get that 1st overall pick. Sharks are taking that defenseman. I forget his name. He's that right-handed defenseman. Let me look it up. I forget his name.
Some people have McKenna falling to 7 now.
What? Yeah, some people like Stenberg right now because McKenna, he's kind of had a weird start to the season. Like, he's scoring a lot, but it's not on 5-on-5, and he's like a net negative in terms of his plus minus. Like, he's purely a scoring winger, but
it's probably what Michael Misa would have been if he went to college. Like, college is now not like all guys that are just 20-something years old. Like, you've got older guys, you've got ECHL guys playing there.
Players.
Yeah. Like, college hockey is way tougher than what it's been in years past. And college hockey also, this is the first year of, the NIL really being a factor.
Yeah. I mean, Gavin McKenna's had his struggles.
Yeah. Gavin McKenna's had his struggles, but, they're still great. You look at Michigan State loaded with all those
ridiculous
prospects. They beat that crap out of BU.
That Michigan State BU game. I mean, that was the level of hockey that was pretty impressive.
Yeah,
for an October college hockey game.
Yeah,
Caden Lindstrom was just like, oh my god, I forgot that guy was drafted 4th overall. 2 years ago?
Porter Martone plays for Michigan State. I forgot about that.
Well, and their goalie, what's his name?
Trey Augustine.
Guy's awesome.
Drafted by the Detroit Red Wings after Blackhawks prospect Adam Guyon, who's been playing pretty well for the UMD.
Oh, yeah, the right-handed defenseman I was talking about, Keaton Verhoff, he's at North Dakota.
Yeah, Nodak. Yeah, he's
Nodak. Yeah, He's top 3 right now.
Well, if the Sharks have that pick, that might be what they do.
100%. I really do think, maybe it's dumb, but I really do think they would pass up on McKenna and go with Fairhoff.
I totally think
I mean, they have a ton of winger talent.
You know? Yeah, they should do that. They need that D depth. So yeah.
Blackhawks though, it's kind of crazy at this point of the year. The Blackhawks pick from the Florida Panthers is higher than their current pick. It's really funny.
Yeah. Well, 7 games in, so we are still. We know that they're more exciting. We know that the kids can play. Where this season goes from here is anyone's guess, but we'll see. Any final thoughts, shout outs, fellas? Anything you got?
I've got a shout out. Jonathan Taves, the former captain of the Blackhawks, had his first goal with the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. He also had an interview recently saying he didn't think he was ready to be captain at 20 years old. I thought I read someplace.
He did okay.
He did okay.
He did fine.
And maybe right. We don't know what's going on in terms of the Blackhawks organization, when or if they're going to make Connor Bedard captain, but hopefully he's a little more seasoned.
But it's fine if Taves felt that way internally. Externally, it looked different to us.
Yes, and I'm glad it
worked out. Yeah.
He's playing well with Winnipeg. I'm so happy.
That is awesome. That's great. I hope that keeps going. I mean, I bet both him and Patrick Kane. Go, fellas.
Kane's injury, though, might be a little bit more serious. He's got an upper body injury, so
that's no good.
He might be out a little bit.
Storming out of the gate.
Yeah.
At Detroit. Is it finally happening for the Detroit Red Wings?
5-1-1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the Avs are legit. That's the other thing with the Blackhawks. I mean, I don't. Obviously, we'd all love to see the Hawks make the playoffs, but there are probably playoff-bound teams that have had some slow starts, like Edmonton and Dallas and maybe LA.
Yeah.
And teams like that have the horsepower to be in the postseason. And so
and the Hawks would have they had 60 points last year. So even if they had a historic jump of 20 points, that's still 80. You probably need 90 to be the last wild card spot. Yeah. So you're still like when Montreal did, they were at 70 something and they jumped to 90 last year and made the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think we're still a year.
Yeah, it would be really exciting if they pull like a 2008 Hawks. And again, I actually think this is too ambitious, but I'm just saying pie in the sky is that they're in it all year and then towards the end of the year don't make it. I think that team did not make it. It was the last game of the season when they were finally eliminated for the playoffs. I don't think this team that'll happen. They probably mathematically eliminated before them, but but that would be if they could just keep competing to. Even if you're in the holidays and it's like, wow, you're 5 points out of a playoff spot around the holidays or 4 points out or something like that. That'd be exciting. So cool. Well, go Hawks. This is fun. Great start to the season for the Blackhawks. Thursday night, they play the Tampa Bay Lightning, who have had a slow start. Is this finally the demise of the Tampa Bay Lightning? We don't know. Or will they come out guns blazing and go after the Hawks? We'll see.
Hot take: Tampa misses the playoffs this year.
I like it.
Ooh.
I think
any hot takes for the Tampa game, fellas? Do it. T-shirt on the line. We will give 500 level T-shirt to a Rinkcast member, unless it's me.
I want to believe in my guy, Artem Levshnov, first career NHL goal.
I like it. Bardo?
Hat trick, Nazar.
Wow. Love it. Sean?
I will say another 3 points for Lucas Reichel.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Hot take.
Hot take, man.
Real.
Once I'm the safe pick.
Yeah. I will go Burakovsky 2 goals.
Oh, one last thing. We owe Wyatt Kaiser an apology.
Sure do.
He's been playing extraordinarily well.
He's been awesome. Happy to be wrong about that.
Yeah.
As I said, I said in a tweet the other day, I will eat my words with a slice of humble pie. He's been awesome.
Really good.
Yeah, remember before this season, I said, I hope by the end of the season we figure out that fourth defenseman behind Rinzel, Levshinov, and Vlasic. It might actually be Kaiser.
It actually might be him.
Yeah.
And we were wrong, and we're going to admit it. And
happy to be wrong.
And that's where Korchinski's departure comes into play, because if Wyatt Kaiser puts a stamp on that, then I'm sorry, I think Korchinski then becomes trade bait.
Do I still envision a world where the Hawks are in the playoffs and Kaiser is in a bottom pairing, 5th or 6th defenseman? I still do, and maybe that is more hoping that Korchinski will actually pan out, but we'll see. But if he plays like this, you got to give him minutes.
Yeah,
he's playing well.
I will say though, Korchinski is off to a really strong start in Rockford as well.
Yeah, right.
I think him and Ethan Del Mastro lead the defenseman on the team in points with 3. He's a +2 on the season. Ethan Del Mastro is a +6. Holy crap, that guy!
Yeah.
I mean,
it's too bad Del Mastro. He just did not have the training camp. It's a bummer. But he's still around. He's still in the
hope he comes back.
We'll see him at some point.
Yeah, but I mean, I still think Kaiser is a defensive defenseman. He is.
Yes.
And so I think that if you're still looking for that left side offensive punch, you're still really hoping the Korch man will work out. Because I don't know if Vlasic's it either. Vlasic chips in offensively, but I think he's more of a rock stable guy.
Mm-hmm. I will say I've watched Korchinski all season so far. The kid can move with and without the puck. Like he is an offensive dynamo with the puck.
And you need a left-handed defenseman still to push the play. I still am not sure we have that guy, but hopefully. All right, fellas. Well, happy early birthday, Sean. We will not pot on your birthday.
So next 2 Mondays from now.
2 Mondays from now is your birthday.
November 3rd is my birthday.
Oh, okay. So we got a while. We'll wish you happy birthday next week.
Before we leave, did you see Gates' hot take?
I did not.
Grizz Hawks goal. Ooh, Grizz Hawks goal.
Grizzly, my guy.
All right.
The
like
Grizz.
One, Gabe. Grizz goal. So we got a Grizz goal, Burakovsky 2 goals, Reichel 3 points, Nazar hat trick, and Levy first goal. All right. We're going to throw that out to the Twitter world.
Yeah. Also, shout out to the Blackhawks rookies for dressing up as Top Gun on their road trip.
Yeah,
awesome
that's pretty
stuff to see young kids doing stuff like that. I always love it in baseball when teams have like themed road trips and having that. Super fun.
Vibes. When you're 3-3, you can dress up. When you're 0-6, you really can't. So vibes are high right now.
That's how it goes.
Lev Shanoff looked hilarious with the pilot goggles.
You look like Mickey Mouse. It was awesome.
All right, folks. Be well. Go Hawks. We'll be back at you next week with hopefully some more Hawks wins to talk about. That would be awesome. In the meantime, enjoy the game against Tampa Bay. Follow all of us on Twitter. Andy Campbell Diesel 3426, ASB 1216. Jimmy's is hidden by the 500 level label, but Jimmy, your Twitter handle is
Mally Jimmy, all one word.
Mally Jimmy. Awesome. And follow the Rink official as well. So take care. Go Hawks. Thanks, folks, for listening.